VGK 20-game check-in. How does the team grade out according to our very own Chris Golick? I like the racing reference in there as well. The quarter pole. Caught that. This and much, much more coming up on today's edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Locked On Golden Knights. And we are brought to you today by the Gametime app. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. So, Chris, a check-in with VGK through 20 games. VGK through one quarter of the season at 14-4-2, reminiscent of last year. Total of 30 points. If VGK were to lose on this past Wednesday at Dallas, would you have been as positive as you were in your assessment of this team? A 5-point road trip. And that's okay. They have the hot start. They come back, things balance out a little bit. My impression, first and foremost, Bruce Cassidy's done a heck of a job, right? I think he's done a remarkable job to keep this team laser focused and to come back following the Stanley Cup and to be this sharp this early.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of start with a comment that Mark Stone made. I believe it was against Montreal last week, where it was that wacky 6-5 game 2 weeks ago now. That wacky 6-5 game where, all heck, not the other word, all heck broke loose in the second period. And Mark Stone said the team, they're basically comfortable winning different ways, and they know what it takes to win. Winning a Stanley Cup, obviously, will tell you that. Talking about Coach Cassidy, he's kind of actually comments Chris made on the first Chris and Chris show that we did. Chris mentioned that Cassidy in his post-game pressers, he doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low after a victory. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, but I don't think there's a much different version of Coach Cassidy than what the media sees, what we watch on the bench, and everything that happens from that perspective. You look at the practices. Practices are upbeat. They're fun. The players enjoy themselves, but they also know when they need to maybe buckle up a little bit and be a little more serious. You go back to when they did a couple of skill practice. Marchessault made the comment, Cassidy likes to get out there and practice. Not necessarily a shot at Cassidy, but maybe a little bit of a, this guy likes to run us a little bit, but that's what Cassidy's job is, right? You said he's kept the team, on the right path, focused and everything. So there's that mutual respect when it's time to button down and really get to work at a practice versus another practice when Bruce Cassidy poke checks Marchessault to prevent a breakaway in one of the drills, and Marchessault starts tripping Cassidy back. So there's that respect there. They understand that Cassidy knows what's best for the team. And just the last part of, I think, your first question in this segment here, would my perspective have changed after the Stars game if the Golden Knights would have lost? I don't think so. There's always that recency bias, right? If they lose the game, you're going to be like, oh, man. But the Golden Knights had results notwithstanding. The Golden Knights had one breakdown in the game. They had a bad line change. Stars capitalized. Give them credit. Stars are a good team. They're going to do that when you give them that type of chance. Otherwise, the Golden Knights had pretty good puck management. It wasn't perfect, but the Stars are a good team. They're going to make it not perfect. I think that's the takeaway from the Stars game that makes me feel better exiting the first 20 games.
This is a team that's been relatively healthy so far. Who can VGK not afford to lose in the lineup? They've lost defensemen. they've plugged in the gaps, but who can they not afford to lose at this juncture of the season?
Injuries were in the concern part of my column on Vegas Hockey Now, talking about the first 20 games. Had 3 stars and 2 concerns. And one concern, Ivan Barbashev. I'm sure we'll hit that at some point in this segment. But the other concern is injuries. Looking at basically through the first 20 games, Martinez, Haig, Wah, and Whitecloud have all missed 6 or more games. We're in the bend, don't break category for injuries right now. You take William Karlsson out of this lineup right now. You take Jack Eichel out of this lineup right now. You take Mark Stone out of this lineup. Those are the 3, I hate to say untouchables, but that's the first thing that crossed my mind. Those are the 3 that need to be in this lineup. I mean, obviously they miss a game or 2, that's going to happen, but they need to be in this lineup in a regular basis. Eichel, I mean, 20 points, 20 games, but he's the difference maker. You saw we can argue if it was the cleanest goal, but it was a great overtime GWGOT winner. I think I got all the letters and stuff in there right there. Great play, great time. And obviously he whiffed a couple times, but that's okay. That was all in good fun. He was trying to freeze Ottinger. He actually whiffed on purpose, but that's just my perspective right there. Mark Stone is the leader. Mark Stone is the leader on the ice, off the ice. We've heard Coach Cassidy's mentioned how he misses Mark Stone when he's not on the bench for that intensity. And then obviously William Karlsson, he's putting up all these points, but he's doing it on the third line. I think I saw yesterday he's averaging 17 minutes and 27 seconds a game. I could be off, but he's 3 minutes less time on ice per game than Jack Eichel with the same offensive scoring output. And I'll argue that William Karlsson is even a little bit better on the defensive side than Jack Eichel right now.
All right, Mr. Elliot Ness, you said untouchables. Mark Stone, are you kind of surprised that he's holding up this well? That's a good flick. Are you surprised? And a good show, too. That was a good show back in the day.
They had a show? I didn't know that.
Okay. Untouchables? Oh, geez. Come on, man. Grow up.
Sorry. I feel like I am too old. So the question was something along, what was the question?
I said, are you surprised that Mark Stone's held up through 20? Remember, we thought he would play maybe half the games. I'm kind of surprised.
Am I surprised? I don't know. I mean, listen, I pissed off Mark Stone when I made a funny about his about carrying the Stanley Cup around and all of that after the Seattle home opener, and 2 back surgeries. Back feels great. Never been better. I forgot the exact way he said it, but it's trending on YouTube with about 4,000 or 5,000 clicks. So it was a funny moment, but I'm starting to believe it. I mean, Stone has had numerous back issues. There was an article about Elliot Friedman, that he put up after the Golden Knights had won the Stanley Cup. Multiple teams allegedly had some type of complaint or concern filed with the league concerning Mark Stone's back. It was investigated, medical record, whatever that process is. Then the league basically backed Vegas and said, there's nothing bad happening here. Nothing shady's happening. Moving on from that part of it now. Friedman said 2 things. One, he kind of contradicted himself in the article. He made the comment that, well, this is the reality. Mark Stone's got a bad back. He's going to miss time. Okay, Dr. Friedman, good in-depth analysis. But then he also made the comment that the Golden Knights believe that his issues have been largely corrected. So long story longer, 20 games is not the right sample size. I think Mark Stone was relatively healthy in the early part of the season. And then all of a sudden that January 12th game, I'll remember that because it's my birthday, but that January 12th game against the Panthers last year is obviously when things changed. But great for now. Am I surprised for 20 games? No. Will I be surprised in February if he's played all but 3 or 4 games? Then yes, at that point I would be surprised. But I hope I'm not surprised. I hope he plays 82 games. That'd be great.
Okay, so no practice for the VGK team today, Friday, which I found a little bit peculiar, but they're very tired and all that. Okay,
they came in. I saw. I don't have anything confirmed here, but supposedly they kind of got in late somewhere somehow. I don't know, but I don't have any confirmation of that.
They've also canceled them for all the not black. What is it? What are their colors? Black and gold day. With all of their festivities, player appearances, or I don't know what they were going to do. Shenanigans. So they cancel all that. I
No,
think
today was a celebration at City National. It's unfortunate that the players can't be there. There's going to be like autographed copies for the first X people that bought It Hurts to Win, and the autograph zone was going to be open for the first time since pre-COVID. I mean, it's
give it
all
up on that
stuff.
book. Come on, man. You had okay, never mind. Why are they still trying to sell that stinking book? All right, that's WTF.
It's their job. It's their
do you
job
have
to
a
sell
grade?
stuff. That's how they make money.
Before we go to break, do you have a grade for the first quarter or at the quarter poll?
B plus.
Yeah, I'm
I think a
with
B
you.
plus, and only reason I say that, like, I don't want people getting mad. Oh my God, how's it not an A? Well, there's been pockets of not great hockey, and that's not my assessment. Let's be clear. This is Coach Cassidy's and Captain Mark Stone's assessment, and I'm not talking about how they reflect on the team during a victory. I'm talking about how they reflect on the team after, or other way around, not how they reflect on the team after a loss, but how they were hard on the team when they won games.
When they won.
So that's kind of how I look at it. But if you would have told me first place, 20 games, injuries, not great, but relatively clean after a Stanley Cup victory, yeah, all systems go. This team is on a short list of half a dozen or so legit teams that got a shot to win the cup right now. That's success.
Coming up next, a look back at the win in Dallas and a preview of Saturday's game against the Yotes back at the Fortress. We'll talk about that when we return right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Do you look forward to the holidays? Maybe you struggle with the seasonal blues. I had no struggles yesterday. I just slept. I slept through everything, but I typically do. We all do, I think, to some degree. Could be a very difficult time of year. This time of year can be a lot. And it's very natural, to feel some sadness and some anxiety about it. But adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot. And it's really good that there is this help today with all the stress and the change and everything else, something to look forward to, something to make you feel grounded, and something to give you the tools to manage everything that is going on. Therapy is helpful for the learning process and coping skills and how to set boundaries. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's really good. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out this brief questionnaire that they give you. You get matched up with a licensed therapist and switch therapist anytime for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNHL today, and you will get 10% off of your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNHL. Welcome back. Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. We appreciate you making us your first listen. Don't forget, coming up in the last segment, we've got WTBF. What the Black Friday or what the Friday. We'll get to that and much, much more on today's show. Chris and Chris is up on Saturday mornings, the YouTube exclusive. And now Big Chris quoting Little Chris. It's impressive. I'll look back at Wednesday's 2-1 victory overtime win in Dallas. Even though Eichel whiffed on the initial shot, still outstanding.
All planned.
Still, that was an outstanding.
He froze him. Come on.
That was an outstanding goal. Now, I was doing a lot of hoops, trying to watch. No, that's segment 3. I was trying to watch on that stinking app that kept rebuffering. Is Ivan Barbashev okay? Did he get hurt in that game?
He's fine. He blocked the shot that got him in a soft spot there. I mean, if you've never had the joy of being hit with a hockey puck coming at you 80, 90 miles. I mean, I've been hit, 30, 40 miles an hour on a spot, without a pad and stuff like that. And that is very painful. I can't imagine. And it hit him kind of on the inside of the knee. There's kind of padding there. There's kind of not, but he crumbled. It didn't look good for a second because it was really unclear exactly why he went down. But then he got right back up. I don't think he missed a shift. And there you go.
A little Chris there.
We were just talking about you, Chris. We were talking about your comments about Cassidy, about how you feel he doesn't get too excited after a win or too upset after a loss.
Yeah. Well, I heard keep frozen. Or you have to do a backup Chris and Chris show?
Oh, no, he's talking about the app. He's not talking about this.
Michael Amadio, a favorite for Little Chris and me, breaks through.
That was
on
nice.
Power.
That was
Yeah.
nice to see him.
Power Play Unit
that
2,
nice.
right? PP2. PP. Okay. Power Play Unit 2. That was good. It's good to see him breaking through.
Amadio, we've been critical a little bit about needing to finish. I've sent you some text before about
I know, but I think the guy's doing everything right. Sooner or later,
he's got
the
10
puck's
points.
going to go in.
He's got 10 points. I had no idea he had 10 points until I was actually doing my article about the Golden Knights at the quarter pole. I'm like,
he's the unsung hero. He's the unsung hero. No?
Okay, I'll give it because he played well in Stevenson's absence, did a good job on that second line, and helped keep the team afloat. So I'll give, for 20 games, I'll give him the unsung hero now. There you go. I like it.
All right. We also now have the Coyotes with a record of 8-9-2. They come into town on Saturday, 5th place in the Central Division, and they will be here for a VGK. Oh, I'm going to do it, man. A VGK pit stop, if you will. We thought F1 went away, but it'll be a pit stop because then VGK goes back on the road. The Yotes have dropped 3 straight, 4 out of 5.
I'm looking here at the schedule. So today, Friday, there's 15 games. So there's only 2 teams not playing. Is it the Golden Knights and Arizona both not playing today?
Rigged.
I'm trying to see. Well, I was trying to help you.
It's rigged. It's
rigged. I was
rigged.
trying to see if Arizona was playing today because that would have made you crazy. But it looks like Arizona's not playing today.
No, they're not playing today.
I think you were.
The Coyotes. They fell to St. Louis on Wednesday, 6-5. Karel Vejmelka pulled from that game after giving up 4 goals, and then Connor Ingram, who's been playing pretty steady from everything I've seen, had 18 saves. And here's a team now that has killed 11 straight power play kills, 11 penalty kills in a row. I think that they're playing pretty well. Ingram had 39 saves the Columbus game on the road trip, but they've they're still in the hunt. They're in 5th place. I said that they would be a team that would make it into the playoffs this year, and I'm still going to stick with that. I think they still have they got to get goaltending straight, obviously, but everything else I think is falling into place, and I really do like the rookie Logan Cooley, 12 points, one of the top rookies in the league. That's who I would want to see on Saturday with Bedard, with Leo Carlson, the good Carlson, with Adam Fantilli. Yeah, one of the top products in the rookie class.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to like about Arizona. There's some concerns. Just you mentioned playoffs, so I went to the standings really fast. Like Dallas, Colorado, Vegas, Vancouver, LA. Those are your 5 that I think are pretty safe right now.
By American Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly. And then now you got...
Okay, wait. But by your American Thanksgiving, which is today or tomorrow? When is
mine's tomorrow?
Okay.
The
so that's how I'm gauging
Thanksgiving is Saturday. So
yeah, we have Canadian, American, and the Gallic Thanksgiving. So would you put them in the mix by Gallic Thanksgiving?
Arizona's right there. I mean, Winnipeg, like you got these top 5 teams, and then it's just a big slush right now. You just don't know what's going to happen. Winnipeg 11-5-2. Is that sustainable? I don't know. The Blues are 10-7. Like, I mean, who do the Blues got that's getting things going there? Kraken, they're up to 8-8 right now, so they're finally starting to figure things out. The Oilers are 5-12. Good God.
They're not going to make the playoffs. No.
VGK Arizona could very well be a first-round matchup, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I'd like to see it.
3-game losing streak for Arizona. You talked about the goalies. I got to think Ingram goes. Ingram's played 10 games to Vejmelka's 11, but he's got a 910 save percentage versus Vejmelka's 892 save percentage. Ingram's 6-3, Vejmelka's 2-6. So, I mean, that right there tells me, I think, all I need to know about the goalies. Clayton Keller doing what he does for the Coyotes, point per game, basically. Schmaltz doing well. Youngster Michelli, a player I'm a very big believer in. 3 goals, 12 assists. Logan Cooley, you talked about Cooley, Fantilli. He's got 2-10 right now. I mean, Arizona's just got so much to like as far as this young roster. And the year isn't now, obviously, for them to make a run, but depending on their finances and what they can do, this is a team that will be heard from, along with a team like Anaheim, in the next, 3-4 years, and even Philly going to take a big step forward too.
So, Michelli, yes, you and I both like him. I think we feel that he's got huge upside. I've been hearing a lot, and I've talked to people in the know. Okay, I might drop something on you right now. Okay, but Alex Marullo, the owner of this team, will indeed be moving the Tucson franchise to Reno once that arena is built. Done and done. Done and done.
Okay.
I talked to an insider, so that's already done.
That's cool.
Throw that out there.
So, I don't like Tucson. It's fun down there. We've been down there twice. People were really cool, but it's an old aged arena. And I don't know if Tucson's the hotbed of AHL hockey, but I mean, no disrespect to Tucson, but there's probably a lot more. Are you talking about in Reno, or are you talking about the new building that's going up in Lake Tahoe?
No. So the Lake Tahoe, that will be ECHL franchise. That's what makes this interesting, is that's going to Tahoe, and they're going to move the team to that new facility up there at the, what's the name of that it's a new arena that's going up at the hotel casino up there, the Sierra whatever,
right? Okay,
Nevada, whatever that
are you talking about Grand Sierra in Reno itself?
Grand Sierra, Nevada.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Grand Sierra. So it's going to go there. They're going to put the new facility there. It's a new entertainment district. There's going to be a new rink, a couple of sheets of ice, I think, up there, and that's where the team will be moving.
Pretty cool. Breaking news, folks. Breaking news.
Yeah, all the time. And then Patrick Kane, I hear he's not coming to Vegas. No, I'm just.
I don't know. I mean, really fast here.
Who's odd man out?
That's the thing. So Elliot Friedman did mention Vegas is still slightly in the picture. Don't count Vegas out. Patrick Kane,
how much loot does he need? What does
schedule.
He need loot-wise? How much money does he need?
I mean, how does he's got two options. He takes a bridge deal just to prove to the NHL he's still got something, so he gets a better deal, a 3-year deal next year. I mean, is he going to want $4 million? Is he going to want $5 million? Even if he wants $2 million, I don't know how Vegas finds a way to get him. VGK literally is zero on the cap space. Zero. It's like less than $1,000, I think, of true cap space available right now. Plus, they are maxed out on rosters. So, I mean, the Golden Knights, after 20 games, are top of the Pacific, top of the West, third best record by point percentage in the NHL, behind only the Bruins and your Rangers, actually, Tony, but by a points percentage basis. So, I mean, are the Golden Knights going to lose Barbashev after signing him to an extension? That wouldn't make a lot of sense from a business side. Are they going to try and just shed someone like Howden and Dorofeev and hope Patrick Kane takes $1.75 million on a single season? I don't think so. Are they going to try and move Alec Martinez to someone? Who's going to take Alec Martinez, his, $5 million, $6 million, whatever the number is that he makes? Like, it doesn't make sense. But, if McCrimmon, listen, if for some reason McCrimmon says Patrick Kane on this roster is better than having player or players AB or A, B, and C, McCrimmon's credit's good in my book. The McCrimmon plan can never fail me. So if Kelly McCrimmon says Patrick Kane wearing a Golden Knights uniform is better than having this player or these two players, I'm all in on whatever Kelly McCrimmon does. He can do no wrong.
Stay with us. Coming up next, it's WTF What the Friday. Don't go away. That happens when we return right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Gametime is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. We really like to use it, especially for last-minute games. We can buy it up until the time that the game starts. There, you can buy your tickets. The best place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for the NHL. Of course, the Golden Knights. You can find some really good deals we have in the past for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, and much, much more. With zone deals, you pick the section, and then Gametime picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. And the Gametime guarantee means that you will always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Gametime will credit you 110% of the actual amount, the difference, the actual amount that you paid. So download the Gametime app today, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the redeem code LOCKEDONNHL, LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Welcome back. Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We appreciate you tuning in. And of course, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that is called Locked On Golden Knights as well. It is that time of week. It is time for WTF, but it's WTBF with the Black Friday, because the roadways are just stinking crazy. Would you ever sleep outside overnight for a deal?
No, but here you set me up, so I'll bat lead off, I guess, surrounding Black Friday. Like, is it still as big of a thing where people do camp out for 3, 4, 5 days in advance? Like, is Black Friday still this monumental day, if you will, to go out and do things early? I remember one year, me, Amanda, and my mom actually, we went to, I don't know, Sunset Galleria, whatever, and they went to Kohl's or Penny's or something like that. I just stayed in the car, and I actually was going to try and go to the casino for an hour, but they wanted me to stay close in case they needed help or anything like that. So, but whatever. But point being is that was like the only time we've actually done like a Black Friday excursion, and it sucked. It sucked. It probably still sucks now, but does it suck a little less? Maybe the stores are a little less crowded because of the emergence of online shopping post-COVID. I don't know. So that's my early kind of not so much of a rambling complaint about what the Black Friday segment on Locked On VGK.
My WTF to start off, again, this nighttime app. Okay, I understand there's going to be bugs and everything, but it said the other night, as soon as I signed on, that I needed to upgrade my app and to pay more money for some stupid reason. And then it went on to proceed to buffer for a while, and I've missed parts of the games. They do need to fix this, folks. I mean, it's no longer a joke. And people that live within Southern Nevada and within the 89 blank number here in the zip codes, they're getting shut out, saying that they're out of the range. I mean, people are sending tweets and they're sending messages, and they really do need to fix this. Get on it, fix it, because I know it's a great experiment, but people, you don't, not at the cost of all of your fans. So WTF, fix that stinking nighttime app. If you have to make it the daytime app, do something. Do something.
See, I didn't even know the game. Maybe bad for me to admit, but I assumed because it was a national game that nighttime wouldn't have it. So I watched it on TNT and had no issues. And people were like, "How come nighttime's not working?" I said, "Guys, it's a national game. Go to TNT." But other people said they were watching it, so it was a little confusing. I'm with that. I turned on the nighttime app after the game so I could get the interviews and stuff like that, and I had no issues. But I think I'm on an island because, knock on wood, I've had no issues with the nighttime app. We pay a lot for our internet, and we got like a really good like mesh internet system and all that. So I mean, we've invested because I obviously use the internet for my personal business, all day streaming and stuff like that. But if that's the difference as to why I'm not having trouble and other people are, that's a concern. People shouldn't have to spend like what I spend a month on internet just to enjoy the Golden Knights. So I'm with you, Tony. I got a WTF that came in on the Vegas Hockey Now comments. So person says, "Oh, Aiden Hill has the best goalie contract in the NHL." Aiden Hill has the second best goalie contract on the Vegas Golden Knights, and he does not have the best contract in the NHL. Aiden Hill's playing great. He's playing remarkable. He's earning that contract. I'll go that far and say that. But to suggest he has the best goalie contract in the NHL, I think that's a little aggressive. Logan Thompson, basically at the league minimum for what he's doing, is the best goalie contract in the NHL by far. And also a stick tap to Kelly McCrimmon for having good goaltending and paying less than $6 million a year. So a little WTF and a compliment all in one there.
From @Sissifer, WTF did state, he said WTF did state-run marketing and sales have to cancel the team practice on Friday? Did they not want to interfere with the shopping at the Armory? WTF.
if they're canceling, there's a reason. And, it's unfortunate because there's not a lot of events where a practice is a part of, but if they're canceling, there's good reason. And, like I said, there was never an official comment given. I'd have to assume that the Golden Knights came in a little bit later or something like that. And listen, I mean, it's the weird first game back from the road trip. It's always a tough game. Yes, it's the Coyotes, and they're on a 3-game losing streak, but just maybe this is what they need to do. Maybe taking that extra day off, getting a skate in tomorrow, Saturday. I mean, maybe Petrangelo's groin needed a rest. Did you see him stretch out to stay on side on the Jack Eichel goal, Tony?
No, it was still buffering on my app.
Oh, it's so bad. So Petrangelo, Eichel's carrying the puck in at the blue line. Petrangelo is trying to drag the line, and he literally, I mean, this is TNT described it as he had to teabag the line, guys. Sorry to get to walk.
They did say that.
They did. Yeah. I mean, Biz is on the show,
Well,
so
that's kind of funny though. That's good. I missed
It's actually a great analogy. It helps you draw the picture. It really helps you draw the picture, paint the picture of what Petrangelo did. So, yeah. So WTF Petrangelo's groin. We'll just leave it at that. And Jack Eichel had the chirp of the century when because Petrangelo's like, hey, did you see what I did to hold the line? And Jack is like, yeah, your groin's still on the ice, eh? So there you go. Can I say teabag? I said teabag. I'm sorry.
You did. That's funny. No, that's good. That's good stuff. From at MMACNV, Mr. Mac. WTF, Hill and LT gonna have to stand on their heads every game with the scoring drought. Could be a tough trip up north. WTF. Very true. Yeah.
Oh no, they're not gonna have to stay on their head. It's
okay.
That's a little premature, guys. This is not a scoring drought. This is an 82 game hockey season, folks. That's what this is right now.
All right. From our guy Darth Tommy 774. WTF, I have been trying to understand why pregame introduced a lame Squire. A lame Squire seems unnecessary unless they are promoting him as a replacement Golden Knight by the end of the season. WTF. Have you seen the Squire? Have you seen the Squire?
Yeah, I've seen the Squire. And
wait, from the same folks that brought you the Town Crier? That? Are you kidding me right now? What is this? What's going on?
So pregame, so the Golden Knight has a Squire. The pregame show is surrounded, obviously. The Dragon has turned heel, first of all, Tony. The Dragon is now against the Golden Knights. The big bad invader did something. I don't know how that happened. And you have the pregame show where the Golden Knights out there, trying to stay protected from the Dragon. And then here comes the Squire to give them the shield. And next thing you know, they defeat the Dragon and life is good. And the Squire is out there walking around the arena with Lee, with the Golden Knight and everything. And what the end game is here, I don't know. I mean, maybe they just got a little bigger budget because they won the Stanley Cup. Maybe, I don't know. I can't imagine. I don't know what Lee's personal plans are. I can't imagine Lee not as the Vegas Golden Knights. If the town crier, if the town Squire, there you go, winds up being the new Golden Knights, so be it. But I hope not. I hope that's not the plan. I think this is just enhancing the game experience a little bit, and so be it. It's good. It's good. We got a Squire.
WTF, the halftime shows yesterday around the National Football League. Jack Harlow was awful. They cut off Steve Aoki before he threw the cake at the mascot. And just, I don't know that I wanted to see that anyway. The memes are hilarious. One of my friends, they had a picture here. Dolly Parton is the only surviving cheerleader of the Cowboys' last Super Bowl. Now that's pretty funny.
And she's up there singing "We Are the Champions."
What was that all about?
Like the one since the '90s. What are we doing here? I mean, it was nice to see, but I still thought it was a little awkward.
It was a little awkward.
We will rock you is fine. You're not the champions.
Tony Romo's feedback also awkward. Also awkward.
Priceless.
They couldn't get out of that segment fast enough.
They tried, kind of like the way you and I try to walk things back sometimes, but they were in a much bigger pickle than we've ever been. And we've been in some good ones.
We've been in some real good ones that I can't get out of, mostly me. Somebody blasted me about Carlson. That was funny. I can't find that tweet earlier this week. It was pretty good, though, but she still likes us, so that's good. And then earlier this week, we haven't even talked about the jerseys. The jerseys, bro. And so
gold helmets. They screwed up. No gold helmets. Gold helmets makes it perfect.
Release the jersey for the Winter Classic, right? there is no more credible in this on this planet outlet affiliation than to have a wrestling organization do the release, because wrestling's real, and we knew that the threads were definitely going to be real too. So I didn't need to confirm it after I saw it on there. There's no way that the NHL would allow them really to put that out there unless it was legit. Okay,
It was all legit. There was, there were, whatever the reasoning was, listen, they did creative marketing, get people talking, got interest, and whatever. They're fine.
Okay,
I don't like Seattle's too much. I'm okay with Vegas. I don't like Seattle's.
Of course. Now, why did they have purple in the V in that one photo? It looked like the LA Kings. Is purple going to be a color of this jersey or what?
I didn't see
And
that.
our good friends at Locked On Avalanche said, typical Vegas. It looked like they were flipping two birds with the V at the top of the V. So
That's fine.
it was good. Folks, enjoy your Black Friday.
I said that's fine to your comment. My daughter was asking me off camera if she could steal a pack of cards from me. She heard me say that's fine and took the pack of cards, a little butt punch.
Little Chris, man, you'll be back in action tomorrow, of course.
Chris, tomorrow morning. What we got, buddy?
YouTube
what are we talking about tomorrow, Tony? Chris, real fast. What are we going to talk about? We're playing. We haven't planned this, so this is like me and Tony.
Yeah, he doesn't know yet. Tell him to pull out a napkin and start drawing pictures.
I remember it was this soon.
Oh, he forgot it was this soon.
Oh, yeah. And no Tony.
No Tony. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. That was good. That was good, little Chris. He needs to be able to get on headsets here so he can hear what we're saying. Thanks for tuning in.
I have a wired thing. I can't even afford a headset.
Be safe out there, folks, this weekend. Yes, a lot of traffic, and please don't get agitated and stay cool and calm. For my man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco. We'll see you again on Monday right here on Lockdown Golden Knights. Have a great weekend.